Hi, welcome to my channel, The Mango Runner. I am heading to do a trail run right now, right after work. And I got some time, so I want to give you guys some tips on the last 10K of a marathon. As of current, I ran 7 marathons and was able to break 3 hours the last marathon that I did, which was early this year. And tried a few times to break 3, and I finally did. And I'm going to give you some tips on what I did, and hopefully it would help you to run your best marathon. So here we go. Number 1, nutrition. You need to be dialed in with your nutrition during the race. So you got to practice that during your long runs, and also whenever you plan on taking nutrition during the race, you're going to need to try to take it around that time. And because a lot of times during a race, when you get to a certain point, you don't want to take it, but that's going to help you carry through the last 10K of the race. And a lot of times the last 10K is when you're exhausted, you're tired, and you're out of calories, or you're out of energy, and a lot of the negativity kicks in. And if you have that nutrition in you that you put in before the 10K, chances are it's going to help you pull through all the way to the finish. Some of the ups and downs I had for nutrition related was during the marathon, probably my 5th and 6th marathon, that during like mile 18 or 20 around there, either I thought I felt really good and I don't need the nutrition to push in the last 10K, or I just didn't feel like taking in nutrition, and thought I would do worse if I took it in, so sometimes I didn't take it. Now, both cases where I did not take it, I bonked in the last 10K somewhere along the lines. It could be closer to the ends, or maybe around mile 22 or 23. But once you hit the wall, it kind of sucks because you really can't go any faster, and you're tired, and you just want to give up, and all of that negativity goes in your brain. So take your nutrition as you plan and try it to see how you do. Maybe you don't need to. Maybe you feel better if you don't take the nutrition. But the more marathons you do, for my example, or in my example, that I found that taking the nutrition I need at the time that I plan to or schedule to, it helps me finish the race strong. Number 2 is going to be your race pace, especially your first 20 miles. What you can do with the first 20 miles will determine what you can do in the last 10K. What I mean is, if the first 20 miles that you went out pretty quickly, 20 to 30 seconds faster than your race pace, or even faster in the beginning, then the last 10K you're going to suffer, and chances are you're going to bonk and slow down a lot, and you're just going to destroy your motivation and just feel not good, and then kind of give up. Now, if you went out easy as planned, race pace, and give or take the hills up and down, if you're going downhill, you might go a little bit quicker, but not too much quicker. And going uphill, you'll probably be a little bit slower, but not that much slower. So, on average, hitting the pace according to your race plan. And running according to your race plan, then chances are by the time you get to mile 20, you're feeling pretty good, and either can maintain that pace, which would be excellent to finish the race with your goal pace, and that's pretty much the goal, right? To run your race pace, or to run your race at goal pace the entire way, or even faster. So that's where you would make your move. Either keep the pace that you can while you're maintaining that goal race pace, or even pick it up if you think you're able to. But if you went out too fast earlier on, then chances are the last 10K you won't be able to pick it up or even maintain that pace, or even not even 20 seconds slower. Sometimes it's even 45 or a minute 30 seconds slower. Once you get down to over a minute, psychologically you just feel really down, and you might want to give up. Number 3, mentally be prepared. You're running a 26.2 miles marathon, so it's not going to be easy. You do the training, you run, that's a long distance. And you gotta prepare to know what you're gonna get into at the last 10K if you can maintain that pace. And it's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be hard. One of the things that I do towards the end there, where you're feeling really tired but trying to maintain a certain pace, is trying to run little at a time, as in split up the race over the last 10K into like sections of half miles or even a mile long, or even like, you know, a hill, or finish the downhill to run the best that you can at certain sections. And what that does is, when you're breaking it up little by little, instead of looking at it as the next 10K, which is 6.2 miles, then you're looking at it at like half a mile, and in yourself mentally you think that you can do it, and you could, and you can. So breaking it down to like, you know, oh, I can do this in a mile in chunks of 6 would make it a lot more achievable, rather than looking at the full 10K. The last race that I did that I broke 3 hours, the last 10K had some hills in there that was tough, and I knew that I was gonna be slower, but I was thinking, you know, I'm just gonna take but I was thinking I'm gonna take it a little at a time, and I just focused. Number one was the hill section, finish it first with just like a stable, steady cadence going uphill, even though it was slow. And I think I ran like 30 seconds slower than my goal pace. But after that, the downhill portion that it has, I caught up with my pace, and I was, you know, on target. For the last 10K, if you need to, break up the distance into little battles and then win a little at a time. And once you get done, it's the full 10K. The last tip that I have is don't give up. A lot of times in the last 10K, somewhere in the last 10K, you're going to feel like you want to give up, and you're going to have a lot of negativity come in your brain, and you start talking to yourself, saying, oh, why am I doing this? Or, oh, I'm not going to make it, so, you know, why try? You don't want to get that negativity in there. You want to just do the best you can, and you want to think positive and think things like, you know, look, I'm out here, I'm doing it. I can't believe that I'm going to run a marathon. Using the right brain more will help you carry through the race. Yeah, so believe that you can do it. You're out there, you're doing it already. And unless you're injured physically and you can't finish it, mentally you should be able to do it. And know that you put in the effort, you know, and all this training, and then that you can do it and pull it out in the end. And, you know, getting your PR or not, it really comes down to, you know, what you can grind out that last 10K. Well, I hope my tips and strategy was helpful for you. It helped me get my PR, which is my sub 3 this year. And I hope your marathon running and your marathon race is going well. And good luck on those. And thanks for watching.